if you've bought a paper pad recently, it more than likely contains some of these. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. Welcome friends. Thank you so much for being here on such a beautiful day. Today will be very quick, but I think very helpful because from time to time we all purchase a paper pad, and in those paper pads we have papers that are quite confusing. We don't know what to do with them because it's either a border graphic or you might have a whole bunch of lines going across a page and you don't know quite how to use those. Well, today I'm going to share with you just a couple of tips to help you use pages like those. So there are a lot of ways that we can use these pages, but today I'll just focus on a few ways that we can use pages like this. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera so that I can show you what I'm talking about with this particular paper pad. Before we hop into this paper pad, one of you, Angela Davis 9812, left me a comment letting me know that these are now on sale for $7.49. So y'all, that makes this even a better deal. So if it's on sale in your area and you have access to it, or even check online to see if it's $7.49 online. If it is, grab some of these because these are wonderful papers for us to have in our collection. Thank you so much to Angela Davis 9812 for sharing that. So when I shared this paper pad with you, inside we had these rows and rows of different images going down the page. So I'm going to tear this one out, and then I pulled this one from another paper pad because this one didn't really have a huge graphic in it that was offset to one side or bordered the whole page. But I thought that this one was a great example of a page where we have a huge graphic and then a whole bunch of basically blank space. How do we use those? Well, I'm going to show you a couple of ways that I think that we can use them. So we're going to start with a page like this. Y'all, when I see pages like this and it is a single-sided paper, those are some of the papers that I use to turn into my double-sided paper by using napkins or another sheet of paper. And that way I'll have a nice inside to my project. But this one is a double-sided, so we're not going to turn it into a double-sided paper. I'm going to show you another way that I like to use papers like this. So when I have a paper like this, there are two most common ways that I am going to use it. I'm either going to use it to make a box or I'm going to use it to make a bag because it's going to make a very beautiful bag or box. We're going to use this one to make a very quick bag. So I am going to take this and I'm going to score at 4, at 5.5, at 9.5, and at 11. Then I'm going to flip it this way and we're going to score at 1.5 and at 10.5. This is going to be such a very easy little bag, but it's going to give you an idea on ways that you can use some of those large prints to turn them into something usable for gift giving or sharing those snacks that you might make. All I'm doing is folding and burnishing on all of my score marks. Then on this end where we have the narrow flap, we are going to remove the top and the bottom piece because we need to create our adhesive flap. So I am simply removing those like that. Then we're going to go along the bottom and we are simply going to angle everywhere there is a score mark so that we can release our tabs. A process you guys have seen me do probably hundreds of times by now. So now I'm going to take my tape and I can use my tape runner for this part, but I am just going to use my tape, fold it over right here at the top, and now we can put our little bag together. So I'm just going to go back and reinforce those. So now we can put our bag together, but before we do, I want to create little handles for mine. So now I can take my glue and I can add some glue here on my adhesive flap. Take this piece and just join the two. We are also creating a flat fold bag. Now I'll stand it up. We'll fold in the sides like this. Add just a little bit of glue. Fold up the back. And we'll add some glue here and fold over the bottom. And then I'm going to go on the inside and just get everything nice and stuck. And y'all, there's my sweet little bag. I can pinch in on my sides like this to give it more of that bag shape. But that is one way that we can use these large prints on our projects. Use them for your bag making and your box making, because for this I really don't even need to embellish. I can take this little tag right here, I can put a little sentiment on it, and y'all, I'm ready to go. So now we're going to deal with pages like this in our books. I consider these to be border pages, and I like to use them to make bows, belly bands, or card bases. And I'm going to show you, I'm just going to cut off a little bit. So we're going to cut this piece right here. And I am just going to cut out an A2 size card base at 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'll cut this at 8.5. Then I'm going to score this on the 8.5 inch side at 4 1/4. Let's go ahead and fold. Now we can take pieces like this and we can create a nice little base on the front of this card. And I can do that by reducing. Let's start out by reducing this to 5 1/4. See how that looks. And then I'll reduce it to 4. And we can put this on like this, and already we have a decorative front. So I can find myself a nice little sentiment and just mount it in the middle. So I am just going to add some tape. I'm going to take this piece and we're going to put it down like that. Then I can take something like this little sticker here and we can put it down to create a very simple but meaningful card. So we'll put it right there, and you can see that it didn't take much. I simply used that background mat, and it adds a lot of focal point to this. And then we place down our sentiment on top. So now we've made a bag, a box, and a card. I am going to just take one of these, and I think I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to take this little, I don't know what you would call those. Looks just like foliage. I'm not sure what it is, but we're going to use that. And we can actually take something like this and dress up this bag even more. So this is what I mean by using this as a belly band. So I am going to take my tape runner, add some tape. Let's see if we can get this to go all the way around. our little bag here. And I think we will. Yep, it goes all the way around. So I am just going to squeeze in to get that nice and stuck. Then I'm going to add just a little bow right there. I'm going to take this and just ink around those edges a little bit. You know, we're doing that easy peasy crafting here. And I'm going to put that right there, but before I do, I'm going to take my little sticker that says it's your day. We're going to place it right there, and then I'm going to put that right there. And you can see how we've taken something that we ordinarily would just leave in the book. We've taken it, we've used it as a gift bag, or as a card, or in the way that we've done with this strip, we used it as an accent belly band to wrap around the box. You can also make a belly band to serve as a closure on a project that you're making, but in this case, we simply used it as an embellishment. And y'all, I think that these are super simple ways to use some of those odd pages in your paper collections. So in 2025, let's make a commitment to use all of those papers. But in this case, we created a nice little card as well as a bag using pages in the book that we would probably overlook. So I hope that this has been helpful. And if it has, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, y'all, this is what we do. So I would love to have you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I upload a new video. As always, my friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.